Hi everybody, I'm teacher Marcy and I'm here to play some math games with you today. So thanks for joining me for some math games. The first game we're going to play is called Quick Images. And in this game, I'm going to show you a card, but I'm going to show it to you really quickly and then I'm going to hide it. And what I want you to do is I want you to look at that card and think in your head if you know what number that card is. The card is gonna have dots on it, like a dice. So here's a dice, and see how each side of a dice has different dots on it? And the dots tell you the number, and you know the number by counting the dots. So like this one is the number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the number 4. But a lot of times our brains don't need to actually count each one. We can just look at it and we can know it. So that's what we're working on in this game, Quick Images. It's just seeing if our brain knows it really quick, just like that. So I'm going to show it to you for just a second or two, and I'm going to put it down. And if you know it, say that number out loud, and then we'll clap it together, and we'll look at the card, and we'll count it too. All right, here comes the first one. Get ready. All right, I'm going to hold it like this first, and I'm going to turn it around. What number was that? Did you see how many dots were on that card? Did you say the number 1? If you said the number 1, you were just right. This is the number 1 because there's only one dot on that card. Can you clap that with me? Ready? 1. That's all. So that's the number 1. All right, you ready for the next one? Get your brain ready. Here's the back of it. I'm going to turn it around for you. And down it goes. Did you have an idea what number that was? If you did, say it out loud. If you said the number 3, you're just right. Let's take a look again. Ready? There's 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Let's clap it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, get your brains ready. Here we go. Here comes the next one. This one's going to come across from the side. Here it goes. That was pretty quick. Did you recognize that number? If you did, say it out loud. Ready? Go. Yes, that's the number 4. There are 4 dots on that card. Ready? Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let's clap it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, here comes the next one. Ready? This one I'm going to bring down from above. Okay, and it's gone. Did you know that number just by looking? That one's a little tricky. If you did, say it. Yep, that's the number 5. So take a look at what 5 looks like on a dice. 5 has the same 4 dots in the corners that number 4 had, but then it has one in the middle. So if I take 4, there's 4, and I add one more, just like they added one in the middle, that makes 5. My whole hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Clap it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here comes the next one. Did you catch it? Tell me what it was. 1, 2, 3, say it. It's 2. That's right. This is the number 2. And there's 2 dots on here. There's 1, 2. Let's clap it. 1, 2. All right, here comes your last card. Oh, I gave you a sneak preview. Ready? Here we go. What was that one? That had a lot of dots on it. If you think you know it, say it out loud. Yep, you were right. That's the number 6. 6 has 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can see it like that. Sometimes I can look at the 2 rows of 3 where they're going across instead of up and down. So that's 3 and 3. And let's just count and make sure we know what that is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the number 6. Clap it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great job, everybody. That quick image game is going to get us ready to play our next game. The next game is called Which Number Will Win? And to play Which Number Will Win, we need a couple things. We need our game board, which looks like this. And I just made this really quickly out of a piece of paper and a marker. And I wrote the numbers across the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I took my marker and I took something with a straight edge. You could use a notebook, or if you're using a pencil, you could maybe use a book. And I made a straight line. And I used that straight edge to make my line down so that I could get a game board like that with a grid. So each number has 1, 2, 3, 4 blank squares to get to the top. And that's how you win that game, is you get to the top. So I have my game board and I have my dice. And I just got my dice from a game that we have in our house. And that game uses a dice. And so I borrowed it for a little while so I could play Which Number Will Win. So I've got those 2 materials. And then the last thing that I need are some counters. And when we start to play the game, you'll see why we need to use the counters. But what I used was just beans. These are just some dry beans. And you could use beans like I did. Or you could use pennies, or pretty much anything that's just little that will fit on, there we go, that will fit on a square. And when we start to play the game, you'll see what I mean. All right, I'll be back with you in a minute and we'll play. All right, so here we have everything we need to play Which Number Will Win. We have our game board, we have our dice, and we have our beans, our counters. So let's get started. We start just by rolling the dice. Ooh, the first number we got, can you see that? That's a number 1. Let's take the bean and we'll put it on the number 1. Let's roll again. What? Look what we got. There's only 1 dot on there. We got 1 again. Now we have put another bean. We put it on the square just above the one before. Look, we only need 2 more squares for number 1 to win. Look what we got this time. Remember what that quick image was? We've got the 4 on the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle. That's 5. So now we have to find 5 on our game board. So let's count up. We start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you count with me? I knew you could count. Oh, our game board's sliding down. Let's put it back up. So we take a bean and we put it on number 5. All right, let's see what we get next. You see it? 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're not sure, you can always count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 on our game board is right there. Let's go again. Look what we got again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we take another bean and we put it on number 6, going up. Ooh, we got a new number this time. 1 in one corner and 1 in the diagonal corner. 1, 2. That's the number 2. So now we have to find 2. 1, 2, right there. 2 and 5 are tied. Can you find another 2 numbers that are tied? Did you say 6 and 1? If you did, you're just right, because 6 and 1 each have 2 beans. Okay, let's see what we get this time. Oh, we are getting a lot of this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the number 6. Let's put another one on 6. Oh boy, 6 could win. If we got 6 right now, 6 could win. And look at that, 3 and 4 don't have any yet. They have 0. There we go. We got a 1. Look at that. 1 is catching up to 6. And now it caught up. Now 6 and 1 are tied again. They could both win. Well, they couldn't both win, but either one could win with this next roll. Let's see what happens. Can you see it? Here it is. It's the number 1. So we take a bean and we put it on 1. And 1 won. The number 1 won the game because it got all the way to the top of the board. And then what we can do is we can take our beans and we can put them back. And if we want to, we can play again. But that's the end of that round. Thanks for playing with me. So now that you know how to play which number will win, you can make that game to play in your house. So if you want to do that, you are going to find a grown-up to help you make your playing board. And then if you don't have a dice, don't worry. There's another way that you can play that game. I've made little cards. I don't know if you can see them, but each card has a number. And I wrote it in pencil, so it's a little bit light. But I did that so that when you turn the cards over, you can't see the number through. And so if I'm going to play with the cards, instead of rolling the dice, what I'm going to do is on the table or on the rug, I'm going to put all the cards down like this. Let's see if I can turn this down to show you. And then when it's time to see which number is next, instead of rolling the dice, I just turn a card over. And so I turn this one over. Oh, and I can see, oh, that's the number 6. So for that one, I would put my bean on the number 6. And then I would put it back, because every time you have to put it back, maybe shake them up a little bit or move them around a little bit. And then I would choose a number. Oh, and this time I chose the number 3. So I would put my bean on the number 3. So if you don't have a dice, don't worry. You can make cards with numbers on them and you can play that way. So I hope you have a chance to play which number will win, and I hope you have some fun. It's a different game every time and somebody different can win every time. All right, have fun, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye.